2-point perspective. Look at this photo reference. Try to draw it. It will be not easy to make it look realistic unless we use the perspective. Let's talk about how to use the 2-point perspective to draw this house. Before I use perspective, I'm going to draw freehand. I'm going to use about 1/3 of the space, like from here to here. That's about 1/3, right? 1, 2, 3. 1/3 of the space, that's the corner over here. So this is fine. I'm going to put it here and use our 2 hands. So that's just 1/3. So I'm going to put this 1/3 space. The end of the house right over here. Like let's plan it. So roughly, so this house about like this. It's about, and the top over here is almost like a half from here to here, right? So proportionally, it just put it half of here, coming here, and coming down like that, and coming up again, and a little bit like this. It looks complicated, but it's actually not that complicated. I'm going to show you. And this line is coming toward this direction. And this is, you only need to grasp a few key elements first. And this coming toward that direction. And we're going to use perspective to correct all this, any mistake that we make. Okay. That's next to the water. Now the bottom over here coming the line like this. So we only need to see a few major element, and how we're going to find the rest. And there's another side like that. So how to draw something look complicated, that the perspective would help you to sort all the connection together. So it's all about connections. Okay, this is the wall over here coming down, right over here, like this. Okay, there's something over here, and all the accessory, so far those are those smaller things. Now let's see, created a rough drawing, and this also coming down the 2 stories, right? And then there's the ceiling, because our eye level's a little bit lower, and this line up with the bottom over here like that. Okay, this is my rough composition. This is the house. We're going to first define one side, the wall, going to the 1-point perspective. And then we're going to use that 1-point perspective to define the other point of the perspective. And then connect the other line to it. And between the 2 points, left side and right side, they have a relationship that is on the same eye level, with the same eye line. So finding the angle of 2 lines in the same system. The lines that are on the same side, where are they? This line going to that angle, they are in the same system. And this line going to the same system. This line going to the same system. Because all the wall on this angle, they are going toward the same direction. And also because of all these lines, they are parallel to each other. They're all horizontal level, right? And also the same thing. This wall and that wall is actually in the same angle. Let's take a look. I'm going to find, how about I'm going to find this angle? This angle. How are we going to find it if we have the print? That's pretty easy. Where is it? And say the top line then. We're going to find the top line. What's the angle? I'm going to move this all the way coming down here, and my rulers as following, but my image need to be parallel to the edge of the paper. Now I'm going to move this a little bit higher and coming up over here like this. Let's see right here, right? Now this is the line. This is the angle of that line. Now here we go. Now I'm going to extend this line. Now it's in the angle that is correct. Now I'm going to extend it. It's because after extending it of 2 lines, I will be able to find the vanishing point on this side. Now I'm going to remove that. So I find 1 line. This is the line I just found on top over here. Okay. Now let's find another line in the same parallel system. Now I find this line. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move it up here. Now let's see. Because this is what I drew roughly. So I'm going to find, making sure the paper, they are parallel to each other. Making sure that's correct. Now I'm going to line up with that angle right over here, right? That line. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend the line that between these 2 lines, like this line and this line, they are parallel to each other, as well as all other lines in the same system. They are sharing the same vanishing point. That's very important. This is going to be the key to unlock all other angles in the same parallel system. Why don't we draw a horizontal line from here left to right, because this is our eye line all the way coming here. The left vanishing point would also on the same eye line. Let's start simple. If we define 1 angle of the line and cross over the eye line, that would be the second vanishing point. Okay, let's see. We're going to find something a little bit more obvious. Like how about this line? We're going to line up that, and I'm going to move and would see, where did I put it? It's right over here. Okay. This, I'm going to find the angle. I'm going to move this a little bit lower. Make sure your paper, your reference image paper, is parallel to the edge of your drawing paper. Now I'm going to put that to be a little bit higher, like this. Perspective, it is a system. It's a skyline to help you to define and draw the something perspective easier, correctly. Now I'm going to draw this line over like this. Now I'm going to take this away. I'm going to extend it. Now let's see. I'm going to extend it over. Now this is great. We find 1 vanishing point on this side and the other vanishing point on this side. How we're going to use this 2 vanishing points to finish the whole drawing? And we are not actually making up those lines. Extend those lines to find the logic. And the logic we're going to use to finish the drawing. Okay, let's see. And we have this line over here. This is good. We already done the rough composition. I think the bottom of this line is over here. Proportion that you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's from this line to here. It's about a quarter. That's the top. Right? So that exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can make it a little higher, a little bit lower. It's totally up to you. And the edge of this, I'm going to making it right over here to stop it. And the corner over here, right over there. So this is easy. So I'm going to draw the vertical line for the corner of the wall. Now, where's the line at the bottom? Is this line parallel with this line? It is, right? So now, going to the same vanishing point. The top line, I'm going to redraw it. That is this a little short wall. Like that. That's easy. Now, when you're coming over here, and this is the corner, and I'm going to draw the corner line coming down over here. And what's just the bottom? Is how thick is it? And say this wall about this height. And where's this line? Going to the same vanishing point. But where's the end? It ended right here. That's this wall. And you can erase that after you finish the whole thing. What about the top over here? The top over here have seeing a little bit top over here on this wall. And also going into the same vanishing point on this side. Anything in the same system, same parallel line system, it will go into that vanishing point. Okay, now this is good. Now what about the end of this line and also going to the same vanishing point? I think the end go over here. I think, oh, this is about the top and this is right over here. And this line on this side also parallel and going into the same vanishing point. Okay. If you feel like perspective would become something you're afraid of, you don't need to be afraid of it. It's just very simple. You just need to make it into your second nature. Okay, yeah, over here and going on this side also vertical like that. This is good. Anything else like over here, like the top over here, and also going to the same vanishing point. Now here you go. Without the perspective reminding you, and anyone can easily making mistake. Okay, on this wall and going to that. And take a look. Every line parallel to each other and actually going into the same vanishing point over here. And this one, just looking at the bigger proportion. Okay, what other lines? Also going into this and the bottom over here and also going into this same vanishing point. And have a little thick like that. Very simple. And what about the bottom over here? Have another line over here. That's also simple. Just going through the vanishing point, you can find it. And this wall now can coming down from here and to the bottom like this. Those lines also going to the same vanishing point, but we're not quite sure where this is going to start. Let's take a look on this side of the vanishing point, connect to where? And let's see the pool, the side of the pool right over here, right? So let's see, the top is going into, and the bottom line also going to the same vanishing point. It's very important. Like that. And what about this line? Well, of course, parallel with that line and then should come all the way from here and the bottom of this going to the same vanishing point, making sure you check if you're going to the vanishing point. And take a look at inside the wall over here, go through the same vanishing point and going through over here like that. So this should be ended here. So they're the short wall inside, interior. And let's take a look. And what about the top? The top over here also going to the same vanishing point. Let's see. It's the simple rules to become good suggestions for you to see how this is going to be all connected. Because all those lines on this side and also going to the same vanishing point. The same thing over here on the top over here. Right? Okay, the top. going to the same vanishing point, making sure you have that. And the bottom over here, actually this line all the way coming toward here, like that. So it looks like it ended, this wall ended over here. Vertical line, like that. Coming down here and connect that. And let's see. And this side, and this wall is about here. Going to the same vanishing point. Perspective, it helps you, but doesn't really mean it would draw for you. You still need to use your own understanding and create it. Like on this wall, going to the same vanishing point. But on this side, this wall, and going to this vanishing point. You have to train your mind, keep thinking that way. Okay, the top over here, and going to also a little gap, going to this vanishing point. And all the line in between over here, and you can draw all the line, like going to the same vanishing point. You can move it, keep checking with the vanishing point, and you can draw the rest of that. Let's draw a couple column, the post, like that, and the top over here, and coming down here you go. And the same thing at the bottom over here. Like that. The wall over here also connect to this vanishing point because this wall is parallel with all other wall on this dimension. And then I'm going to draw the vertical line. And what about the top over here going to that direction? Now from here on, we can finish the drawing. Like say the bottom over here, a little bit darker. Now you can draw a little bit shadow over here. Okay, this a little bit darker over here, the corner right over here, and this is a vertical line. And the top over here, and the bottom actually also going to the same vanishing point. Like that, the shadow. And under here have some shadow because it's the interior and it's ceiling. Like that. And you can add other furniture over here, but the furniture on this side, it is parallel if it is, and we should going into the same vanishing point over here. But a lot of furniture, like sofa, couches, they're not exactly flat, right? This side is also going to this vanishing point. You can check on that, and so on. And this side should also go into the same vanishing point over here because it's structurally parallel. And let's see, this wall is a little bit darker, like that, and this wall a little bit darker, and this a little bit darker. You can shade it, and you make the drawing look better. But however, if your perspective's not correct, the drawing won't look right. Okay. And this whole thing here darker, and over here has the room over here. The top over here should go into the same vanishing point, and so on. Going to the same vanishing point over there. And this, the water, is supposed to be darker. And you can find the other line for the reflection also go into the same vanishing point. Okay, like that. And I can use the eraser to have something coming down over here like that, and also the reflection also going to the same vanishing point, and something like that. And there should be a line over here can go into that vanishing point on the left side over here. So that is the rough drawing, and from here you can add other things, like say inside over here there is a wall, and that's where the line going. This line on this wall connecting to this vanishing point. So you can use this, find this vanishing point and connect to the angle. You just need to recognize that what's the angle of a wall and where's the line should connect to, which vanishing point should it connect to, on the left side or the right side.